What's up, Transformers fans? I'm Mondo, the Dadbottomus Prime, and this is another Moonbase 84 transmission. Recently, Paramount surprised us and dropped a trailer for two Transformers Earthspark specials that will premiere very soon on December 5th, and I wanted to talk about that a bit, as well as check in with the two other Transformers series currently going on, those being Cyberworld and Wild King. However, before we roll out to the topic at hand, it's time for the YouTube begging. So if you could hit that like button, subscribe, and all that jazz if you're new to the channel, we'd really appreciate it. I first want to talk about Wild King and some really crummy news regarding the show. For those that might not know, Wild King is basically Takara's quote-unquote kids series and toy line over in Japan. I've reviewed some of the toys on the channel, which I absolutely love, and have talked about the show, which I think is fun considering what it is. Much like Cyberworld, Wild King's episodes are short, but air on Takara's YouTube channel, like Cyberworld airs on the official Transformers channel. Takara really wasn't marketing the show outside of Japan, and the show is in Japanese, with no option for English subtitles. As a quick side note though, you could turn on English captions for the episodes and could get a poor and often funny translation. But besides that, because the show doesn't offer proper subtitles in English or any other language, some fans took it upon themselves to give the episodes English subtitles themselves and post them on their YouTube channels. Well, Takara took issue with this and region locked the show on their channel, which, if I understand this correctly, means that unless you live in Japan, you will not be able to watch the show past episode 9. And guys, this really bums me out. The show wasn't earth-shattering or anything, but I was having a good time with it. Yes, it's basically episodic toy commercials, dialed to the extreme, but I can't help it. I thought it was a fun watch. I appreciate the fans who went ahead to subtitle the show, and I would watch their subtitled episodes after watching the episodes on the Takara channel with the mentioned English captions. But Takara is a company, and in this day and age, companies are getting more aggressive with copyrights and protecting their IP when it comes to the YouTube space. I'm also not blaming the fans who posted the subtitled videos because, as I said, I watched them, so it'd be hypocritical of me to do so. But I'm also not blaming Takara for the reasons that I just stated about companies and protecting their IPs. My hope is that Takara takes a minute to see that there's fans in other regions that enjoy the Wild King toy line and show, and take it upon themselves to add English or other language subtitles and remove the region lock. At this point, we can only hope. I do have to ask any of you fans that are way more tech savvy than me if having a VPN would bypass the region lock and enable you to watch the show. If you know that answer, please comment to let me know. Now, let's move on and talk about the show that continues to prove me wrong, that being Earthspark. I think twice on this channel I did a sort of retrospective video on Earthspark because by all accounts and appearances the show seemed that it was dead and buried. But oh no, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Paramount dropped a trailer and said that on December 5th we are getting two 1-hour specials to give the series a proper ending. Judging by the trailer, I'll say the specials do look promising, and we shall see very soon on how everything turns out on December 5th. For me personally, I feel like I've been burned by Earthspark before, so I'm taking a wait and see approach, like I said, on how these specials tie everything up. As you may have guessed by my lack of enthusiasm about the specials announcements, I'm kind of ho-hum on the show in general overall so far. Thus far, I can't judge it totally until both specials come out. And in this video, I was going to go more in depth on how I feel about the series, but I decided to reserve that until I check out the specials. What I think I'll do is go back and rewatch the previous 3 seasons as well as the specials so everything is fresh in my head, and then come back around and do a final retrospective. And it better be final this time, Paramount. Stop making me look like a fool. Last but not least, I wanted to do a check-in with Cyberworld. At the time I'm recording this video, we are 15 episodes in, and like how I was surprised by how much I enjoy Wild King, you can at least triple that or more when it comes to Cyberworld. If you were anything like me when the show was finally announced and we were told the premise of it, you kind of wrote it off as a nothing show aimed at kids. I can't speak for you guys, but I definitely feel that I was wrong. I am having so much fun with this show and am definitely enjoying it way more than I ever expected. The whole concept of having Transformers stuck in a world and forced to compete in video game-like challenges didn't look great on paper, but it works. I also think that the 5-minute per episode runtime serves this format well, and the writing is perfect for the show and is appealing to all ages. Now, before you start typing away in the comments, I'm not saying the writing is Shakespeare, but it's perfect for this type of show. The writers know what they're doing, and I love how they mix in other pop culture references here and there. I'm also really enjoying the show's take on the characters. You know me, I'm a Grimlock guy, and I love the show's iteration of him. Chop Shop is another huge standout character for me. He's almost like Cyberworld's version of Waspinator in Beast Wars. I was rewatching some episodes this past weekend, and my wife came in to see what I was laughing about, and she just smiled and shook her head. And, by the way, it was the episode where they were squatted up and Chop Shop kept getting blasted. Just a funny, great episode. We are almost at the halfway point in the series if they stick with the planned 36 episodes, so I'll come back around and do a more in-depth look at the show and how it stands so far at that time. I think that just about wraps up this video covering the state of the 3 current Transformers series we have running. Comment to let me know your thoughts. Are you bummed over the whole Wild King fiasco? Are you looking forward to the Earthspark series finale specials, or are you sad to see it come to a close for real this time? Or maybe you're just looking forward to see what's next for a new Transformers series. What about Cyberworld? Are you enjoying it as much as I am? Lastly, I think I'm in the mode to talk about Transformers shows, and I have a few ideas brewing in my noggin, so look out for future videos covering Transformer shows. And until next time, thanks for docking.